Hey there, Leadhead Brigade. Lefty here with some important news for you. Forecasters from the University of Arizona warn that 2023 will be a very active hurricane season, and they're asking people to get prepared. They're expecting the number of major hurricanes this year to be similar to 2017, which saw the extremely intense and damaging hurricanes that we all heard about, Harvey, Irma, and that nasty old Maria. How bad can it get? Well, when Hurricane Ida hit the Gulf Coast, it destroyed countless homes and left many without access to food, clean water. Millions lost power. Most didn't have power for weeks. The floods that followed the hurricane washed out the roads, made it impossible for grocery stores to restock their shelves. Families were left hungry and desperate, waiting for help that was slow to arrive. But what if you didn't have to be reliant on the government, FEMA, your neighbor, grocery stores during these crises? The answer is simple. Be prepared with emergency food kits from 4 Patriots. Their long-lasting, delicious food options are specifically designed to provide you and your loved ones with the sustenance you need when you need it the most. 4 Patriots survival food kits are hand-packed in the USA. They last 25 years. They come packed inside covert storage totes. They include a wide variety of delicious breakfasts, lunches, dinners. They've even got some snacks that are tasty. And they're backed by thousands of 5-star customer reviews. Just go check out their website, 4patriots.com, and read them for yourself. 4 Patriots Survival Food is not just for natural disasters, because in today's world of uncertain supply chains and unpredictable emergencies, it's more important than ever to have a backup plan. Whether it's a temporary power outage, a winter blizzard, or rising food costs, which we're all feeling that these days, right? You can rest easy knowing that you have a reliable source of food to see you through it. And right now, you can go to 4patriots.com and use this exclusive code, LEADHEAD, all caps, LEADHEAD, one word, to get 10% off your first purchase on anything in the store, not just their food kits. So go check them out, 4patriots.com. Use the code LEADHEAD to get 10% off your first purchase of 4 Patriots Survival Food. That's 4patriots.com, guys. Use the code LEADHEAD and get that 10% off.
Five-star service. Вот я тебе могу переслать текст месседж, который у меня уже сегодня получилось.
Is he speaking like Bulgarian or Russian or something? Or was he speaking English?
It sounded Russian. Yeah, I thought that was you first. I was like, what the hell?
I apologize. Unfortunately, business took me to...
Sound like you were in Belarus.
Belarus?
Yeah, whoever's on the other line sounded like they were speaking Russian or something.
Oh, yeah, that's my importer. I'm back into 7.62 by 39 ammo import.
Hey,
I'm trying to clear
customs. Look, he's already frozen up. Are you frozen too, Joe?
I'm not.
Okay, you got unfroze. I heard a big loud beep. I think we're being monitored by the CIA.
Yeah, because you said Belarus.
Because I said Belarus. Yeah, I think that started a recording. They started recording this. Serious.
Predator.
I think the CIA owns Skype.
What's that software? Predator or...
I don't know who makes it. What's it for?
The CIA or the NSA or something has it.
It's called Skype.
No, there's a software that listens in, like on all traffic and listens for keywords. Carnivore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because sexual predator sounds much better.
Is that what it is? The Velociraptor predator.
It's like everything in Scottish sounds better.
In like Scottish?
With brogue.
Predator. Oh, nerd.
Brogue sounds better.
The Highlander. Marco's a Highlander today.
Only the...
I want you to talk in a Scottish accent the whole show, Marco.
It would take I can do it.
You can do
but
it?
It would take a lot of effort. I can do it. Yeah, I can do it.
All right, I think it's just going to be the three of us this episode.
But I hope everyone appreciates my hat.
What does it say? Sharkies?
Quickies,
Quick-
our Dakota.
Quickies.
Quickies.
Oh. Is that a gas station?
It says our photo on Redondo Beach in San Diego.
Quickies.
It's made up thing.
I got you. It's a
Quickies.
spoof. A spoof. So you're quick. Is that what your wife calls you?
It's like Jay's Chicken and Murder Shack.
I'm not gonna.
Are we rolling
send 'em
already,
off.
or?
Yeah, we're always rolling, man.
Gordon. Yep.
We're always
Oh, man, sounds like an ambush.
always be recording. ABR.
Yeah, because you miss some of the best stuff.
That's
that
right.
comes from people not suspecting.
I know it, and I did miss some because we started talking about the 6.5 Creedmoor before you got on. Show him that rifle, Joe. So I'm thinking about taking a long-range precision course at the end of the month, Marco. So Joe's got this custom 6.5 Creedmoor that he built. Talk about it again, Joe.
It's built. You build this?
We build it here in Baton Rouge. There's a guy that the barrels are done here in Baton Rouge, and they're assembled, tuned, bedded all right here.
What's the action?
This it's a Terminus.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
that's
Okay.
the super lightweight one with all the cutouts and things.
Right.
Titanium recoil lug, 70-75 bolt handle. So it's pretty light. I think all told, the can and gun combinations right at 9 pounds.
And that barrel is carbon wrapped, or?
Yep, carbon wrapped. And it's not like a proof where it's where they post tension it like a tube. The way this wrap works, it actually puts the barrel when it's autoclaved, the carbon fiber shrinks and tensions the barrel thousands of psi more than you could ever try and post tension a tube style with it. So these don't have vertical stringing problems like the proof barrels do.
Right. So have you heard of a company called Teledyne?
Yes.
Not Teledyne, but Teledyne, out of Maine.
Tell you, Dine?
Yeah. They came up with the Juju mix that they put a sleeve, they turned down the barrel, believe it or not. And then they put a sleeve over it. And then they capture the Juju mix in there. They put it in there. And then they capture it and seal it. And what it does is, it takes the heat immediately away. And it takes the, oh gosh, what's the one? Just flew on my head. It was my head.
Vibration?
Vibrations out of the play, the whipping out of the barrel.
That's kind of cool. That's how this works. It's under such tension that the barrel doesn't vibrate like a typical barrel is, and it doesn't. It has to be super elevated temperatures for it to have any temperature movement or expansion. Yeah. So it doesn't vertical string under any kind of shooting condition.
So taking the harmonics out of that, I mean, aren't a lot of the ballistics based off the harmonics of the barrel?
Well, no, the harmonics are always compensated for. So, I mean, it's always a part of the thing. You just compensate for it and tune your optics and gun to it.
And then just come up with your own ballistics, in your shooting complex, meaning rifle, optics, ammo. Then you come up with your own dope. But did you say you're taking a long-range precision shooting class?
I have an opportunity to take one at the end of the month. I haven't decided if I'm going to go yet. It's in Wyoming.
Take it. It will change your life.
End of this month?
Yeah, I know. It's like, what, next week?
It will change your life. It will change your life. Take it.
I've taken some before.
It would make your life boring in the way of you wouldn't want to shoot at 100 yards anymore.
I've taken them before, and I've done long range shooting before. It's just Paul Markle, he's been on the show. So Paul has a long range precision course that he's doing at the end of the month, and they invited me to come down. So I'm trying to clear my schedule and get a awesome rifle like Joe was showing you right there to take out there. Because the only thing I really got is a 308. I've got like a 20-inch 308.
I mean, does class description tell you how far you're going to be expected to shoot?
I mean, we're going to be doing like 1,000-yard.
308 is fine.
Stuff, but he's got one that's like 1,700, I think, that we're going to play around with also. So
the scope mount might have to be modified for that.
I don't know. 308's not going to make it that far.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just to tap it, but then you'll run out of adjustment on your scope. You're going to have that 20
That's why I was wanting to borrow Joe's Creedmoor.
Yeah, I don't even do something.
I do have a rifle that would reach out that far.
I figured you probably have one or two.
Yeah, I have 338 Lapua. Semi-auto, man.
Those are like
right there.
$20 a round.
Well, that's a Christensen. That's not a semi.
Mine is Alexander Arms.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
The recoil's less than 308.
Yeah.
So you can shoot all day. No, I get them. You can find them for about $4 or $5 a round.
Well, I'm gonna need about 400 rounds, Marco. You want to sponsor me? You want to sponsor me?
I can probably send you about 200 rounds. 400 rounds would be a little much.
Yeah.
Unless it's 6.5. If you get 6.5, I might be able to get more sent to you. And if so, we'll see if we can get that out there.
I'm pretty sure they do, but yeah.
So you have that can permanently mounted on it, or
it's not, but
it shoots better with it.
If he's shooting the gun, he's going to have one of our cans on it too.
Yeah.
That would
be awesome. That'd be awesome.
But it is doped. The optic I got for it's dope for it. I'm using the optic on something else right now.
And speaking of Aklys Defense cans, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Talking Lead AK Corner, and we are going to be giving away that Kopis this episode. The Kopis 22 long. Look at that. He's actually showing it there. He's got it on. What pistol you got that mounted on?
Taurus TX22.
Taurus. Is that like the best one to mount it on?
It's a lot of fun. It's inexpensive. It holds 17 rounds. It's a double stack magazine. Pretty accurate. But for the price point, the only thing that would beat it would be like the Kel-Tec P17.
What about the other one? The one that holds 33 rounds, the PLR 33.
That's a good one too, but it's just big.
Yeah.
This is like a
standard
size gun, and the P17 is like a smaller size, but it's typical. The other one has the retracting bolt, so it's not a typical manual of arms.
Yeah, that P17.
I really like this one because it's a full-size gun that operates and functions like a gun.
Yeah. That CMR, have you shot a CMR with it on there? That would be cool, shooting the CMR.
Yep, CMR's a good one too.
Yeah. But we're going to be giving that away to one of you lucky leadheads that participated in the trivia question that we asked last episode, where our guests were Joe, Marco, and Paul also joined us on that. Paul Markle, he's not on this episode, but we're talking about him. We are talking about Paul. But welcome in, Joe. Appreciate you joining us again.
Glad to be back.
Marco, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me again, and I apologize for being late.
No need for that. I appreciate you wearing a quirky hat there. You made up for it.
I got a collection of
Quickies.
What does it say underneath Quickies?
Our photo.
Our photo.
Quickies, our photo.
Redondo Beach, San Diego.
I got you. So
I got another one. I got the custom waxers.
Well, that'll give you some. You should wear one of those each episode.
I can't.
I need a dolphin waxer hat.
Dolphin waxer.
That's what that head is implying. And I was asked. I was at Costco. You know, the girl that checks. What you got in your cart, whatever. And she goes, "Oh, waxer, what is it?" And I didn't know what to answer. I said, it's a new handle. She's like, I still don't get it. I said, all right, well.
She probably doesn't know what an innuendo is.
Here's what I don't understand. When you say, like when you go to Sam's or Costco's and you go through the checkout line and they scan all your stuff and put it in the cart, but then yet they've got that Nazi at the front door that you can't leave without them checking your shit and scanning it again. Sounds to me like they need to look at their employees.
They want to make sure nobody has been hiding in the battery car section and jets out with a cart load of TVs.
It's their employees is who they need to be watching. That's where their shrinkage comes from, is internal jackwagons. It's just wasting our time, especially when there's 50,000 people and you're trying to get out of there and there's a big long line after you've just checked out. You stood in line for 30 minutes to check out. I'm digressing. That's a regular show topic. That's our jackwagon train. I'm not going to talk about that on here. So, we're happy stuff this episode. We're giving away a Kopis, Joe.
Oh yeah, I love giving away stuff.
Talk about the Kopis. Tell everybody the specs on the Kopis.
All right, the Kopis 22. It's the lightest 22 can on the market. It's 2.4 ounces, lifetime warranted, full auto rated, Magnum, and it's any rimfire capable. So 17 HMR, 22 Magnum, 22. 3 easy to take apart pieces. 7075 Type 3 hard anodized. The mount is 4140 nitrided steel. So super durable can. It's a lifetime can, but it's very, very easy to clean and shoot. And that's a great little can.
And carry around.
Most of our dealers, any of our dealers, pretty much this is their primary 22 can they sell. Same thing kind of with our 5.56 can. It's one of the primary cans on that against pretty much everybody else's cans out there.
Nice.
And you guys make them in-house?
Yep, 100% in-house. Yep.
Made in Louisiana, baby.
Baton Rouge.
So we're giving that away today, Leadheads. So go to Aklys Defense website. As we're talking about it here, you can go look it up, see a picture of it. If you're not watching the video, Joe's got it right there. He's playing around with it, putting it back on that Taurus.
Make the sounds.
Making all the sounds.
Making ASMR videos.
Some people like that stuff.
Can you hear it? Here, let's let an ASMR segment go. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's subtle, but we got it. So this is all based on, the giveaway's based on a trivia question that we asked last episode. Joe had come up with this great idea at the end of the episode where we were talking about the Romanian AK last episode. Awesome episode, by the way, guys. Great information. Been getting a lot of good feedback from our listeners on that. So, Joe, I'm going to let you pose the question again.
All right, I'm going to see if I can paraphrase it. I don't remember exactly. But basically, the legendary reliability of the AK, it's not just the design of the gun, it's the design of everything related, including the ammunition. The design and structure and shape and the way the ammunition is made. And there's something super important and critical about the ammunition itself that gives the AK that extra bit of reliability over lots of other platforms.
There you go. So
what is
it has
that?
something to do with the geometry.
Extra special thing on it.
And we in that episode, Marco actually talked about it and gave you the answer, and I think you expounded upon it, Joe. So the answer actually lied within the episode. So if you were listening to the episode, the answer was there, and you got it there. We're not going to give it away right now. We're going to talk a little bit about everything you just said. We're going to go into a little detail about everything that goes into why the AK is so reliable, and it has to do with the design of the ammo, the 7.62 round, and the 5.45 round.
Introducing our new belly band holster. Whether you're hitting the gym or running a quick errand, our belly band is one of the most comfortable and safest ways to carry your firearm. The center section allows you to carry most common pistols. Left or right-handed, this has you covered. A hard laminate trigger shield protects the firearm's trigger from unwanted intrusion, giving you ease of mind while carrying every day. 2 elastic sleeves give you the flexibility to carry other everyday items, such as spare mags, flashlight, knife, or pepper spray. 2 zippered pockets run on both sides, offering the option to carry smaller items, such as money, cards, or keys. Flush fit on your lower back or waist, easily keeping your setup discreet no matter how you choose to carry. Utilizing 3D spacer mesh, these channels allow for exceptional and efficient airflow, giving you maximum comfort and keeping you cool. Carry whenever you want, how you want, with our new belly band holster. Available now.
Go to missionfirsttactical.com. Use the code LEADHEAD for an exclusive listener-only 20% discount.
Yeah, both
like
ammunition.
this vertically for someone to
Stack
see.
them. Yeah.
Just like that.
One over flip one over and stick them together.
You want me to do it like that?
Nope, like this.
Oh, like that. You want me to do it like that? So neck to butt, seeing something there. So we're going to talk about that. We want you guys to talk about that a little bit. So the 7.62 came first. You know, the whole AK was designed around the 7.62 round. It was a rifle that was designed around the ammunition.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they kind of took some cues from the STG-44, the way that ammo was designed. So there's a lot of cues from that intermediate assault cartridge, the Sturmgewehr.
The Germans.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think what happened was they got the inspiration that kicked them into the second gear of development, because the intermediate cartridge and automatic rifle concept was actually introduced in 1906 by the Fedorov, and then executed in his production of automatic Fedorov rifle in 1916, firing the 6.5 Arisaka, which was in comparison to the 7.62 by 54 or the German 8mm Mauser rounds, was considered to be sort of intermediate or reduced impulse. And so the development of some sort of cartridge was kind of like being slow as molasses in one of the, because the most of the effort for arms manufacturers and M manufacturers was geared towards the war effort at the time. And then when the Kurz showed up, the 8mm Kurz showed up, that's when they like, oh wait, let's come up with our own.
Yeah.
And basically the concept of the Kurz was, it was a cut down Mauser casing, which also had a certain feature that we'll be talking about that pertains to a question, to Joe's question.
The trivia question, yeah.
Right. So it's basically cut down regular full size Mauser shell with the original Mauser round in it. I'm not sure if 7.62 by 39, and as we know, the M43 cartridge that Russians designed, or Soviets, I should say, is actually cut down 7.62 by 54R. Probably not.
No. Because
diameter-wise and everything else, the different weight of the bullet and so on and so on. So it's entirely new cartridge, unlike the Kurz. And however, it would be less than stellar to deny the fact that they were inspired by and probably whipped into action, go ahead and produce it and come up with it in 1943.
Yeah.
And it's you say
Kurz.
Kurz, which
Kurz.
is German short.
Like 380 is 9mm Kurz. K-U-R-T.
K-U-R-T.
Yes.
Z.
Is there a Z or a S?
Z.
Z, yeah, Kurz. Yeah.
So I want to pull up a picture of it for our viewing audience here.
It's actually a funny looking cartridge. You would expect it to be a lot like 7.62 by 39, but in fact it's, there you go.
Yeah, it's a little
kind of little short and fit.
Short and fat, like your quickie.
That's the storm rifle. What's up? Fits now? How big? What we got? You polish it down? Oh, it's gonna be a while.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna mute Joe. He's got to do some business. So let's just unmute yourself when you're ready, Joe. So what Marco was saying is that that's kind of how it evolved, going through the transition there. Started off with that 8mm, and it's kind of developed to where it's at today. And then, of course, we know the history of the AK. We've talked about it here on the podcast, the AK-47, Kalashnikov, and the trials and tribulations that he went through in developing the rifle. And you can go back to past episodes. We've got great episodes on that. Got several different people's takes on it. So we're not going to do that again here. We're going to concentrate more on the ammunition because that's kind of, we're focusing everything around our trivia question. So, Marco, once they got to the 7.62x39, go from there.
As far as the ammo is concerned,
Or how they eventually arrived at it.
Well, team of designers. Obviously, they captured. By that time, there was no Sturmgewehr. There was MP-43, which is slightly different looking from the final version of STG-44. So they captured them in the Baltic front. Fighting Germans there in the area of Baltic and Leningrad. And obviously, they were looking into this intermediate cartridge, and then they eventually took. They didn't follow the same philosophy behind it as far as chopping down the 7.62, the full what they call a rifle cartridge, down to come up with intermediate like the Germans did, and so they developed the one of their own, and then from then on they realized. I guess they did some kind of test firing at their
put it through the
locations
test
to come up with the ballistics of the cartridge, and then they announced the tender for development of 3 types of weapons to accommodate that particular intermediate cartridge. And because the structure of infantry squad, they wanted 3 types of weapons. So one was the automatic rifle for an assault type of purpose. Then they wanted a carbine for just a regular infantry purpose. And then they wanted a squad automatic or light machine gun. And so the work for the development of all 3 commenced. And as we know now, it produced 3 really awesome weapons at the time. So obviously the AK, right? And we know that it's the miracle kind of tragedy happened, and now we have a AK, not AS, for Sudayev, and who passed away in the middle of the testing, and the legendary Simonov carbine, as we know, SKS, and of course the RPD, the bell-fed Degtyaryov machine gun, which, short-lived kind of, although it still is in the battlefields around the world, but the Russians in the 50s went away to create the RPK instead. And the Simonov SKS was dead on arrival.
Right. So, and that gets us to the 7.62x39.
Right.
As we know it today.
That's a 7.62x39, right? And that was to Joe's question, what makes AK so reliable and function, I wouldn't say flawlessly, but let's say function better than some other
reliable.
Legendariness. The legendary.
Right. Although, we know that even Kalashnikov himself was saying how he spread all the components around, made the room inside a receiver for any kind of contaminants or anything to fall through that wouldn't impede any operation, and so on and so on. But the large part of it is in what Joe's question was relating to. And, of course, once in 1974, they went, well, obviously the work on the reduced impulse high-velocity round, or also known as a sub-caliber round, commenced in the late 60s into the early 70s. It was adopted in 1974, and it followed the same particular feature that 7.62x39 had.
The 5.45.
So the 5.45 cartridge, right?
Yeah.
The 7 and 6.
So I'm holding those up.
My favorite cartridge.
So is mine, Joe. And I'm working on the source. Come September, there will be 12 containers a year shipped.
Of 7 and 6 or
Not 7 and 6,
case?
no, but commercial version of it.
commercial case?
Yep.
Nice. So there you go. That's been a big question for a lot of our listeners is, getting the 545 in. They're like, should I buy a 74? Because, they're scared that there's not going to be any ammo. So there's your question answered.
So here's my philosophy on this. I'm going to wait until everybody will start dumping them for like a couple $100, and I'll buy them all.
The
I think we
74s?
missed that. If you started importing ammo, then we definitely missed that.
Yeah.
Well, 12 containers is not a lot, believe it or not. It's 1.5 million.
That's a test. That's a taste. No, that's enough.
It's 1.5 million cartridges in a container. So just to give you an idea, Tula, for example. I apologize. I'm trying to get over.
Get you a drink, buddy.
Vodka.
Tula,
Bacon vodka.
Bacon vodka. There you go.
bacon vodka would definitely do it.
Get that jet fuel vodka.
Where does vodka get that undeserved reputation? Jet fuel and all this.
Well,
it's the purest of all of them.
That shot you gave me that tasted like jet fuel, but the bacon was awesome. The cucumber was awesome. I enjoyed those.
The other one is the greatest vodka Russia produces, called Beluga.
Beluga.
That is good.
Yeah.
I thought that was caviar.
Phenomenal vodka.
There you go, Joe. You and I got to get together.
It's probably top 2 in the world.
Yeah.
Top 3.
I thought that was caviar. Beluga.
Yes. That's
probably where they got
the reference to the best caviar in the world.
Okay.
But anyway, so... get back to.
So we were talking about the 545.
AK reliability.
The reliability.
Yeah. So
had all the room.
So it's inherited. The 545 inherited exactly the same feature that was in the 7.62 version of a gun that Joe referred to in his question. So there.
Yep. So there's a certain feature about the cartridge itself, and it goes back to, I guess, the original designer. And the SKS is actually one of my favorite rifles. It's one of the I collect those things, and everybody they used to look at me like, why do you collect SKSs? Now that the crappiest Black Bolt Russian is like $900, people are kind of like, oh, I understand. But from that whole cartridge, the geometry, that as soon as that cartridge is starting to be extracted, just more and more and more room becomes because of this feature. And do you want to go to let's go to some of the answers.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm curious to, did everybody watch the episode and figure it out, or what?
So answers are varied and wide, because Marco threw that last criterion there that it had to be an essay form. So some people did do essay form. So
all right.
I'm not going to read each and every one of these, but just to give you an example, I'm going to quit sharing there. So we got somewhere around 50 or so.
50 entries?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is low, because I was expecting like 100, 200.
Well,
because we got a lot more listeners than that. I know we just got a bunch of lazy people. So
let's see what happens. I'll shoot it when it's ready. Just let me know. We'll shoot it.
So this one, I'm not going to read whose names said what, because I don't want to embarrass anybody. So this is one here, and it says the 7N6. I got to put my glasses on.
You started like somebody copy pasted from Wikipedia.
Well, I think some people did. We didn't say they couldn't do that.
Okay, well, hang on a second. Are we going to be judging this, right?
No. There's no judging. It's a random number. I assigned a number to everyone, and I responded to everybody's email with a number. So,
but are we going to be commenting on those answers?
Yeah, we can comment. Yeah, definitely, we can comment on.
But they had to be correct.
Yeah, they have to be correct, and Wikipedia.
So I'm overruling
write-ups
you.
is,
I'm overruling you. I'm overruling you guys. As long as they participated, I don't care if they got the answer right or not. Everybody's in. Everybody's in.
That's what's wrong with the U.S. right now.
We celebrate mediocrity.
Yes.
Yeah, but they all did it.
What? People put in an effort, and maybe some of those wrong answers are very creative.
Exactly, Marco. Exactly, and that's why I'm doing it, because they put forth the effort.
Did you just turn my can into a participation trophy?
No, I didn't. I turned it into a Leadhead Brigade trophy, because our leadheads all deserve an opportunity. So here we go.
All our leadheads.
So here's one of your answers. The 7N6 casings are the bottle-like casings and not omni-cylindrical. They use a 1.6 case canting, just like the 7.62 by 3.9, instead of the common 0.5 case cant. The round provides a low impulse but high velocity steel core penetrator wrapped in a softer lead jacket with an air cavity in the tip. Just the tip, Joe.
Just the tip.
This causes a two-stage effect. First, the tip will bend and impact, and the projectile will yaw. The second, the steel core will move past the lead jacket and begin to tumble. The round is very effective and will reach out and touch very accurately, making it more lethal. Yeah. I am hoping that this is what you are looking for. Thanks for always having amazing guests and providing all the education. That's what we do. I think
his first, two sentences, I think was where the answer was.
Somewhere
around. So he's exactly correct with
he gets an A+.
Correct degrees and everything.
So wait, here's...
I like the omni-cylindrical. Good one.
Let me find this out. So you wanted an essay form, Marco.
Okay.
So let me find this guy's.
So that guy's jumping around right now because he knows his article. So he's thinking. Okay. So what is this? Are we going in order?
No.
Or what are we doing?
I'm just reading at random. I'm reading these at random. And like I said, I responded to all these emails, Joe, and I've responded with them with a number. So they know their number. Everybody knows their number. Okay? So all they got to do is check their email, and all we're going to...
everybody all...
exactly. Anonymous. Keeps them anonymous. So nobody's jealous on who wins or who's got a shitty answer, who's got a great answer. So
anonymous, but it keeps everybody kind of... No shady stuff. Ain't no shady work going on.
Hey, I'll tell you what we will do. Of the ones that I read, because we still are going to be giving away is the SEAL 1 cleaning package, and we're going to be...
Notepad. Give me a notepad.
Okay, and we're going to be giving away something from Mission First Tactical. Haven't decided yet what that's going to be, but we're going to give something away from Mission First Tactical. So we got a couple of more giveaways, so... maybe the ones that you guys like best, you can nominate those for those prizes if they don't win the can.
Okay.
All right. So this one says, Mikhail walked in his garden. He was concerned. Development of the rifle had not been going as planned. On paper, it should all work so well, but it had not operated as designed. It seemed that any amount of dirt or debris in the action caused all sorts of issues, and the new round did not always feed from the magazine in such conditions. If he failed in his endeavor, it could mean his life, or more importantly, the lives of so many soldiers, even those not yet born. An apple tree. Such a silly thing, but even in the cold of winter, he stopped to sit beneath it. He smiled as he did so, for he thought, seemingly absurdly, about Newton and his famous inspiration beneath the apple tree. The cold bit his hand as it touched the snow, and he was thankful now for the new coat about his shoulders. Even though the now deceased tailor had measured poorly and the garment was nearly comically large. And then it hit him, literally, an impact and a sudden coldness pressing in against the back of his neck and head. As he had been sitting down, an errant squirrel had jostled a branch over his head, sending a cascade of ice and snow from the tree above down the back of his shirt and coat and packing into the collar of both. He sprung up from his erstwhile seat and swore loudly as he worked the cold out of his collar. With some effort, he finished unpacking the snow from around his perfectly cylindrical neck. How it stuck there. If only, he thought, my neck weren't so straight, then the snow might come out easier. He then moved to clear his coat of fallen snow and froze. All of the snow had fallen free of the oversized coat with ease, long before he was able to clear that same snow from his over-tight shirt collar. His shirt? His coat? The action? His neck? The cartridge? Yes, it was so simple. Make the action bigger. Separate things out more on the inside so contaminants fall free. And the cartridge, yes, just like his neck, it was much too straight. If the case taper were increased, feed and function would be greatly improved. All of this swam through his mind as he shuffled away through the snow. But how much taper? Yes, that would do, he thought with a chuckle. After all, 1.6 degrees was his favorite temperature, too.
I have to say, no, he did not design the cartridge, right?
Yeah.
But this is such a good story, and whoever wrote it should write us maybe a collection of short stories. He's obviously
Of
very,
all
very
the great
good.
designers, we got to have a Colt and a Browning and even a Kellgren. We need a
Kellgren.
story from all designers.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously from the beginning, when he talked about the old man Kalashnikov and stuff and going, obviously he was like leading away from the correct answers and stuff that pertaining to the ammo that was already invented. But I love how he circled around, and especially if it was tapered, the snow will come out easier.
You see what you did to me, Marco.
It's excellent.
You see what you did to me. I told you.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's
I was
awesome.
going to get inundated with emails like this. So, I mean, that's got to be the most creative one of all the ones that I received. And
All right. Is there any more scientific essays?
Oh, let's go through and see here.
I'm a little bit in tears because that was
good. That was
hilarious.
And we'll give him credit. That was VH. I'm not going to say his name, but it's VH. All right, next one. This is just kind of the reliability of the AK is in its design. Its simplicity and tapered cases make it the best fucking gun in the world. Thanks, Marty, for the great AK podcast. So there you go.
Okay, tapered cases, yes.
Simple,
to the point, kissing up to me. I like it. This guy, answer, tapered case ammo. Appreciate every AK corner, not into the social media, so to have an email entry and show my support, thanks. Bring back Brian and Jay for another short series soon. I tried to get them on this one, but they both had other plans, so we'll try to get them back on. They'll be on soon. They promised me they would. Let's try this one. This one's kind of a long answer. Let's see what he says. There are 5 main reasons the AK rounds add to the weapon's reliability. Listed are the following features of the 7.62x39 round, and some are shared with the later 5.45x39 round. An intermediate length reduces the size and weight of the action. A wide bore is easier to make, clean, and more forgiving of obstructions. Abrasive case taper eases extraction in most situations and allows for higher extraction velocity. Thick cartridge rim. Is this a X-rated show? Thick cartridge rim helps prevent the rim from shearing in extraction. A wide extractor groove allows for a large or robust extractor. The 545 may not have all the features of the 762, but these features include considerable taper. Not as much as the 762, but still very nice. Thick rim and wide extractor groove. Between these features of the ammo and features the AK started with, the insertion and extraction process is simple and smooth operation. Thank you, Joe Meaux and Aklys Defense, Talking Lead, for the suppressor giveaway. If we win this, it will be going on a Kel-Tec CP33, sweet, to help introduce two littles to shooting. So I was going to introduce their kids to shooting there.
That's a great little round. And again, I like the CP33, and I love a lot of Kel-Tec stuff. I love George Kelderman's design. So I guess probably in 50 years, Kelgren's probably going to be along those Kalashnikov Browning area.
He's already cemented his slot.
Yeah, but I hate to say it, but you got to be dead to kind of get to that point.
I know, but he's a living legend.
Yeah, when Kalashnikov is.
Go ahead.
But he's not still alive, is he?
Kalashnikov? No.
Yeah, he passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It's been about 4 years, hasn't it? Kalashnikov?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hadn't been long at all.
It's only been about 4 years.
Yeah, I guess that goes to the legendary.
George is a living legend. So
yeah,
he's already there. Here's one. There's a lot to say about what makes an AK reliable. Quality of manufacturing, the geometry and taper.
That would be the opposite of why, but
the geometry and taper of the round itself is important. The Soviets chose to design the round with a more drastic bottle-like taper and not a straighter taper. This allowed a more reliable feeding round that can produce higher velocities. The tolerance of the design came into factor. Tight tolerances where it counts and loose tolerances in others. The springs designed to consistently feeding rounds is important. But ultimately, learn how to use a rifle. Leadhead, JE. So there's an answer. Let's try this one. The inherent reliability of the AK platform is due to the conical style taper of the bottleneck cartridges, be it 3.9 or 5.45. Thanks for the chance to win, and thanks for the time put in to the podcast. You're welcome.
I think we got a little bit. That's kind of a core of the answer. Maybe a little vague.
It's touching on. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm letting everybody have an opportunity here.
Yep.
That's why I'm letting everyone have an opportunity. Let's see. Let's try this one. Just straight. The answer is tapered cartridge. Straight to the point. This one. Oh, okay. Here we go. We got a picture with this one. I don't know if he wants me to show the
illustrations.
Picture. It's a picture of his kid shooting. It's like a 22 bolt. So he says, "This place had all the information, LOL," and he's got a link to militaryhistoryfandom.com. He says the 1.6 degree case taper made the 7.62 and 5.45 rounds more reliable to cycle in extremely cold weather. Due to the case taper, the mags needed to be curved so the rounds wouldn't bend in the mag during firing, and the AR's straight mag well doesn't help with that. Also think when 7.62 and 5.45 are fired, the hot gases also surrounded the case to help blow it out and most contaminants. I'll also pull on the heartstrings a little. My little man's 6th birthday is this October and is receiving his first rifle but doesn't have a suppressor for it yet. Smiley face wink. And then he's got the picture of his kid there.
I was thinking the picture with the kid with the 22, he's going for sympathy.
Yeah, heartstrings.
It kind of works. I'm okay with
Same
it.
thing that other guy said, is that he's going to put it on his kid's CMR 33 from Kel-Tec. Kel-Tec's a sponsor, so he's buttering up there. I like it. I like the suck-ups. Don't get me wrong. I'm digging the suck-ups. Let's see. Hey, Marty, Joe, and Marco. The question was asked, what geometry the family of AK cartridges gives its inherent reliability? To answer this question, you must recognize that it began with realizing there was a Soviet way of doing things, meaning there was never a single designer. All designers were team designed. Having said that, the reliability is accredited not only to a single designer, but to a woman designer. The geometry was such that it was cylindrical with a 1.6 degree cant instead of the half-degree cant, the same as the 7.62-39. This design was a low impulse with high velocity. Contributing to the reliability is the composition of the projectile consisting of a steel core penetrator surrounded by lead, a softer and heavier metal. Adding to this design, there is an air cavity on the tip. Again, just the tip, Joe.
Just tip.
Therefore, on impact, two things happen. The tip bends, causing the round to yaw dramatically. The steel penetrator, pushed by the lead, moves forward, causing the round not just to penetrate, but to tumble, creating maximum damage to what is penetrated. That sounds like we had that in another answer. So I think they went to the same place to get that. Or did you talk about that in the episode, Marco?
I did talk about it.
So they listened.
It sounds like both of the answers went to the same source.
Yeah.
The Wikipedia.
Marco. They listened to Marco on the podcast. He goes on. The above geometry provides several crucial elements that clearly puts not only the accuracy, but the overall effectiveness of the round above other rounds. First, it allows the shooter to reach out and touch someone from further away. Second, it allows one to hit their target with better probability, therefore making this round more accurate. Next, it causes the round to behave much better in a fully automatic rifle, or fully automatic rate of fire. And finally, it allows the lethality transfer of energy to create a much superior round. Therefore, based on the above evidence, it is clear the 7.62-39 round is much superior round than its competition, which does not seem to be much of a competition at all. Have a blessed day.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's not wrong.
What about the female part of that? What's he getting at there?
I was waiting for that to go a totally different direction.
No, the lady did design the
cylindrical
545
things and women designers.
What was that,
Yeah,
Marco?
the lady designed the 545 cartridge. Well, she was the head of the team.
You said head.
I know they re-released the Beavis and Butthead. I've been following it. But
That popped up, like the original episodes popped up on Fire TV, and I had to watch the first episode, and I was just looking, it's like, oh my God, how did we even watch this?
I love it, though. I mean, the new stuff when they get older, it's hilarious.
I haven't seen any of the new. I just saw some of the old originals that they're replaying, I guess, to support the new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look it up at on YouTube's. They got them.
The boob tubers?
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
Let's see. All right, I'll read a couple more here. The reliability of the AK cartridge stems from the heavily tapered case. The taper eases extraction by helping separate the case from the chamber with minimal effort. A hot, dirty, nasty chamber will tend to hold on a case with less taper. Also, the geometry of the projectiles lends itself to easily sliding over the feed ramp on its way into the chamber, also aiding reliability. To summarize, the taper of the cartridge case and secondary, the geometry of the projectile. So there's another take on it.
again, it's not wrong. It's correct answer. But there's
It's not a
more
wrong answer.
right. But it's some other ones had more more expanded kind of with the degree of taper and so on and so on. And funny thing is, okay, so here's another anecdote that you're only going to get it from Marco. When Bill Alexander developed a 6.5 Grendel cartridge, he took as a base for it, he took 7.62 by 39. I even have it right here. I can even show it.
I was like, I got one too. I got one sitting here too. I got to find it.
Yeah, where's the 7.62? 7.62, and this is the
Grendel. Yeah.
Right. So, we were, somehow, first of all, I was a test shooter on that one, and I was kind of involved because a language barrier between Barnaul and Alexander Arms people. There you go. So so obviously it became obvious to make. Bill never holds on to patents. He released the patents right away, and so that other people can produce his cartridge, right? The Meaux cartridges, available in the marketplace, right? So the Meaux guns he can sell. And obviously he went after the steel case ammo, which Barnaul was willing to work with him. And they went for like a year that both parties were willing, but somehow both of them hit the wall and couldn't make the next move to go ahead and get this cartridge approved. And so I was a translator for this discussion when a couple engineers came over here for testing, and they were saying, "Look, we got to taper it more." And at that time, the 6.5 Grendel was already approved by the body of international bodies, SAA or something like that. It's an internationally approved thing.
Yeah.
So the engineers didn't know. They thought it was brand new cartridge they were developing. It's like completely brand new. And so the disconnect happened. So they would insist on the casing being tapered. And so I'm translating, and Bill finally pulls the freaking drawing of that. What's that organization called?
Sammy, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Sammy approved drawing. He says, here, and here's the taper, and there. And they were like, wait a second, it's already approved, it's already exists. I said, yes. And I said, oh, okay, so we're going to do it. But taper discussion went on for about an hour before he actually pulled out the drawing to show it to him. And because they were thinking that he was taking 223 or 556 type cartridge as a base. They didn't realize it was actually 7.62. But yeah, so it's a story. True story.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying to me now.
Hey, Leadheads, Dwight Settle with Seal One. Just here to talk to you and tell you a little bit about our product. Seal One CLP Plus is a bio-based, non-toxic product. It comes in a paste, liquid, aerosol, and pre-saturated bore-specific patches called sealskins. They all do the same thing, just different methods of application. The best way to use our product is to start with a clean firearm. There's two reasons why I say that. First, you start with the Seal One CLP Plus by field stripping your firearm and covering the entire firearm inside and out, bore, barrel, everything with the Seal One CLP Plus. You'll see how easy it spreads around. You'll want to wait about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you come back and you want to wipe it all off. So you see how easy it is to put on and remove. And the second reason we say to use a clean firearm is you'll find that it's not clean. we're going to pull out more carbon that's been left behind with whatever product you've been using before. Okay, it takes about 3 cleanings, so I like to say a clean shoot, clean shoot, clean shoot, just normal usage before the Seal 1 CLP Plus has removed whatever product that you were using before and has seasoned the firearm. It's kind of like breaking in a cast iron skillet. And after that first cleaning, you will notice a difference. And with each successive cleaning, you will find that it gets easier and easier to clean. Seal 1 CLP Plus is a dry lubricant and is designed to work as such. You will find that malfunctions are virtually eliminated when used properly, because the majority of all malfunctions are caused to carbon buildup. And with the Seal 1 CLP Plus, the carbon does not build up. Seal 1 CLP Plus is safe on all metals, plastics, composites, polymers, rubber, wood, and leather. Seal 1 CLP Plus is a one-and-done formulation. No other products are required or needed to clean and lubricate and protect your firearm. That's why we say Seal 1 and done. Seal 1 is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. Use the code LEADHEAD for a 25% off discount.
All right, y'all want me to read any more? Is that a good sampling, you think?
Well, is there another
Is there anything
essay,
else?
like creative essay?
I think that's probably the best of the best there. As I've gone through them.
All right. It's your show, man.
It's my show. You damn right it is.
Well, I guess that leads us to the point of, the whole sum total is, the case angle of the round.
So I guess the right answer. What's the right answer then?
That's it. That out of the norm, extra tapered case, as it's extracted, it just creates more and more room around it for dirtiness. As it's fed in, it's already tapered. Not only the pointy bullet helps it guide in, but the whole case is tapered. It allows good seating and reliability with that. The downside is, so why don't we make the case even more tapered? At what point is there a
diminishing return?
Yeah, and it's actually not too much past that, and depending on the gun, which is why it also leads to me to have 7.62x39 ARs as one of my most hated things in the firearms industry. It's the tapered case. Also, it feeds easy, but if it feeds easy, it also does what easy? It also extracts easy. And when you fire it, it wants to self-extract. It's called thrust or bolt thrust. And the AR is designed to not have that much bolt thrust because the brass case is, of course, brass, and it obdurates and it helps hold on to it. When you stick a 7.62x39, it's heavily tapered. Often steel, it doesn't obdurate as much. Your bolt thrust from that 7.62x39 is pushing on those little bitty fragile lugs that are on the AR, and they just get stress fractured over time, and you don't get the life out of it. Whereas the AK, they have big, chunky lugs that hold onto it and can handle that extra bolt thrust.
Did you hear that?
Exactly. It's also, well, that's what Joe was saying. So during the expansion of a casing, at the time of when the pressure is created by burning powder, so that the tapered walls of a chamber, with interacting with the tapered shape of a casing, works as it pushes the casing out,
So
squeezes it out,
obdurates it.
Well, obdurate is the expansion of it. And as it expands, it kind of wants to push out.
I had to look that word up, Joe. I put it up on the screen for our listeners.
Obdurate's one of my favorite words to throw in.
I've never heard that word before. You learn something new here on the show every day.
Yep.
And leave it to Joe to throw out the big words.
Omnicylindrical. I don't believe I've ever used that term, but I am now. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it at least once a month.
That was somebody's answer, wasn't it? Omnicylindrical.
Yes, the very first one.
I like that, yeah.
Probably, if I had to, out of everything you read, I'm going to have to say the very first answer that you read is the most complete answer.
Okay.
But, a little bit too complete, but nevertheless.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Water, to the point.
Which one
And
that was?
of course, with all the measurements given, like a half of a degree to 1.6 degrees.
All right. Should we give it away now?
Give it away.
Get away now.
Oh my God! How are we not
You
like
red hot chili pepper loving mofos. I love it.
Joe,
What I got
gotta
to
check
get it,
and
put
see
it
if
in
maybe
you.
You're my cousin or something.
All right, SHOT Show. We got this. Is gonna Marty
We're hooking up.
sushi. Marco's got to go to sushi night.
You like sushi, Marco?
Let me say it this way. I love sushi.
There you go.
Yeah,
And of course, then you're going to have to be a part of a Marco's amazing alcoholic adventure at the SHOT Show. Yes.
we'll have competing alcoholic adventures or
Okay.
I'm not mad
We'll
at
have
either of those.
compounding adventures. Somebody
Yeah,
may not
those
survive.
usually word compound gets you
Marty?
in trouble.
Marty,
But-
Yes.
hide the sushi.
And now it's time for Japan's #1 TV show, Hide the Sushi. We're going to let you in on that inside joke, Marco.
All right.
All right. So now let's do the winner. So we're going to do just a random number generator. I've got everybody's been assigned a number. You know your number. Okay? So let me go to my little thingy here.
So it's 1 out of 50.
There are actually. Where's my? Here it is, right here.
Is it a 2-digit number, or did it make it to a 3-digit number?
We
I
are.
think you said like 54 or something.
Yeah.
50-ish.
All right. Here it goes.
So there's a 1 in 54 chance of winning the participation prize.
That is absolutely correct. And the number is 20.
It's so unfair.
It's not
Such a good
42.
prize.
It's supposed to be 42.
It's supposed to be 42?
Yeah.
Why is 42?
42 is the answer to all things.
42 is? I thought
Yeah.
1.6 was.
No, 1.6 is the answer to just that.
Oh, well, it's 20.
Base church thing. All right, so who's 20?
I'm not saying. They
20?
know who they are.
Oh, number 20?
20
All right,
knows-
Number 20. Hey, does it happen to say what state they're in?
Let me see if I can pull that from their email.
Because if they're in the wrong states, then we got to do another drawing.
I think everybody is eligible.
What is the 20th state?
Here, I'm going to read their answer. No, they're in Iowa.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Trivia question: Texas is the 20th state.
Oh, really?
Texas
Yeah.
is the 20th? Huh. That'd have been cool if they were from
Texas?
But they're not.
Yeah, because we could have done the transfer.
That's true. All right, so there you go. Whoever number 20 is, you know who you are. Everybody got a number assigned to them.
Can you read number 20's essay? Just curious.
So number 20 says, "Hi, Lefty," and then he gives what his name is. He said, "If I may submit my answer to the trivia question from this episode, the reason the AK is so reliable as it pertains to the round geometry is the fact that Joe Meaux is such a cool guy, and Aklys Defense makes the greatest products ever. Marco Vorobiev is one of the greatest authors and
I think
historians
this is
known to yeah, it is." So he goes, "Is the fact that the round is tapered. This taper causes the engagement with the chamber to have minimal resistance in both chambering and extraction. Thank you again, Lefty, for the great show and giving us the opportunity to participate for these great prizes. Looking forward to the next episode." I bet you are.
So very
Soul-
good answer.
my soul
Very
is
good
okay.
answer.
Yeah, my soul is okay.
Okay. You're okay with giving him the...
Okay with
The prize.
that's a good one. That's nice.
Or her. Could be a her.
Or it could be her. Yep. Nice, concise, correct without don't have to throw numbers into it or anything like that. Yep.
Yep.
Good job, number 20.
Number 20. You are the winner.
Congratulations.
All right. So that's our grand prize winner there, number 20. So we've got the...
I guess number 20 needs to contact you, or you're contacting them?
No, number 20, you need to get in touch with me. TalkingLead, gmail.com, because they have to listen to know that they won. I'm not going to contact them. If I don't hear from them within a couple of weeks, then we're going to pick another number. So
I like that.
So there you go. Number 20, I want to hear from you. Need all your contact info, and I'm going to forward it on to Joe. I guess you need FFL.
Yeah, we'll figure out what city they're near to and see what the best FFL in that area is.
Okay. So there you go. Congratulations. Thank you to everyone who participated. We've got 2 more prizes we're going to give away, and we'll give it away to the participants here. We've got the Seal 1 and done for all your gun cleaning needs. Make sure you use Seal 1, especially on your AKs. Helps prevent that nasty corrosion if you're using that corrosive ammo. Use Seal 1 and you ain't got to worry about it. Seal 1 and done, baby. Use the code LEADHEAD and you're going to get 25% off anything there. And they've got their new gun cleaning rod kits. The best gun cleaning rods on the market. So go check them out. Who do you guys want to go with this one? Do you want to pick a number?
Wait, what's the other prize?
Oh, the other prize is going to be let's do 2 prizes. I'm going to do a dump tray from Mission First Tactical, and then let's also give away what have they got? They've got like new holsters, they've got new belly bands, let's give away a belly band holster.
All right, so we got 3. We got the Seal 1 kit, the dump tray, and a holster.
And a belly band holster from Mission First Tactical.
All right, so 3. All right, I think the first one you read should get... I don't know, what do you think the best one out of those 3 are?
I'm thinking that the squirrel, a snow squirrel,
the
snow
big SA?
paper essay should be the number 1
the
to
Isaac
receive
Newton?
the best.
I was going number 2, but I can go with number 1. So which prize though? Which is the best prize?
I think the seal kit is really good, isn't it?
I think it's a good.
Seal
Yeah,
one?
Seal 1's awesome. Yeah.
And he's talking about how he needs to clean up the carbon and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a good one for him.
Okay.
Her.
So that
Squirrel
is...
Spree gets Seal 1.
That
was the most creative thing I have ever heard. And any kind of answers.
That was Vincent, right?
Vincent.
So Vincent, you win. I think you're number 24. You win the Seal 1 kit. Email me, talkinglead@gmail.com, and give me your address, shipping info, all that, and we'll get that sent to you. All right, so there's the Seal 1 kit. Now we got the belly band and we got the dump tray.
What do you think, Joe? The very first answer?
I think the first one, yeah.
I don't
Super
remember.
correct. It didn't seem too Wikipedia. It had a lot of information there.
I don't remember.
So it was one of those ones where
guys, I don't remember the
Wikipedia.
first one. I went through there randomly and read shit, so I don't know who it was. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. There's no unless I go back and listen. There's no way for me to know who that was. So
do the random number generation again.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Or do you guys just want to pick a number?
Wait, was that the VH guy?
VH was the
VH won the Seal 1
and all that.
Yeah, VH won the Seal 1. And number 20 won the Kopis.
So in the 20s, somewhere in the median there is the...
Yeah, let's get something.
Was the way to go.
There.
You guys going to pick a number?
Sure. Joe, you pick one.
Between 1 and 50, and don't pick 20 or 24.
How about 47?
You're not going to pick your favorite 42?
No. We'll go episode centric.
Okay. That is number... Well, you just said the number, so there you go.
47, yeah. 47, you win the belly band. Belly band.
And number 12, will win the tray.
Number 12. Okay, number 12, you win the dump tray. So everybody has to email me, talkinglead@gmail.com. Let me know what you won. And I know who's got what number, so don't try to pull one over on me, because I sent everybody an email. So I know who's got what. Don't try to screw me.
We got a 20, a 24, a 12, and a 47.
47.
20, 24, 12, and 47. That is correct. There you go. All right. Great episode, guys. Is there anything else that you think we need to go into on the ballistics or reliability?
No, do you know when your next episode coming out and what's the topic going to be?
So, Marco, we do one every month. It comes out, they drop the 15th. We usually record, as you know, because you've been on every one this month, somewhere around, the 9th or the 13th. Today's the 13th. So sometimes we record on the 15th.
That's out of character. But do you know what the topic of discussion going to be in the next one?
Well, we were going to do the AR versus AK episode, but I'm going to push that another month. So we're not going to do that. So what do you suggest? What would you like to talk about?
You caught me with my pants down, so to speak. I mean, I'm just like, I got so many. I got to think about it.
What do you think would be a interesting topic? Maybe something that we haven't talked about yet, or maybe we should go into more detail that we may have touched on, or maybe we should talk about another country's
shotgun Kalashnikovs.
I was going to say long range Kalashnikovs.
Long range. Now we've done shotguns. Really we've done shotguns.
Long range.
So let's do long range. How about that?
Sure.
Sure.
I feel like I'm going to get drug in from something in my past with this episode.
So just to kind of tease it, what would we be talking about?
Well, it's often the
SVTs.
Of course, the Soviets developed their integrated sniping program, right? Where they had the snipers integrated into units, and at one point it was like into a company size, and then it was into a platoon size. And obviously they created a specific gun, a special gun, which I will show you. I have a couple that are unbelievable examples. Dragunovs, right?
Yeah, the Dragunovs.
So, designed by Evgeny Dragunov, had nothing to do with Kalashnikov at all. But a lot of people, because of the similarity of a selector lever, which in Dragunov it's a safety lever, a lot of people assumed that it was kind of drifted from Kalashnikov design, which is absolutely not.
Right.
And then, hey.
Johnny come lately.
So when that doctrine spilled over to Warsaw Pact countries, and such as Romania, for example, they decided to make a gun of their own, which they took what they know how to do the best.
Now, are you teasing, or are you going to go and do the whole episode right now?
So basically, this whole deal produced two long-range AKs, right?
Okay.
Wait, how did we get an extra guest here?
So, ladies and gentlemen, Ton Jones has...
Ton, what's up?
Can't hear you, Ton.
Because it's got that microphone. It's glowing red.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, no, there you go.
Am I back?
There you are.
The microphone is red. I don't think
Ton has crashed the party.
What is happening?
Ton, you know Marco.
What is going on?
You met Marco at
all right. We were just discussing what the next topic should be for AK Corner.
So you're about an hour late, Ton. So Ton was he wanted to sit down and be a fly on the wall and listen to this episode, so he's a little late. But I think that's going to be a great topic, Marco. So long range. So the Dragunov, and what was the other one?
We got the PSLs, and we got the M76. And we got some variations of vapor rifles and things like that. So we got plenty.
We got a lot to talk about. Okay, so there you go, lead heads. That's going to be
the one myth or rumor or unsubstantiated BS. That would be the biggest thing for me.
Okay, so we're gonna bust some myths about those rifles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
we want to hear more about how the long range, the sniper program came to be, which you were getting into there. I didn't want you to ruin it, but so next month, lead heads. What is this? July. So August is AK Corner. It's going to be about the long range AK style rifles, the Dragunov PSL M76 Vepr style. I will post again. We're going to have we're going to let you do your questions, but wait till I make the post on Instagram. Don't start sending me all your questions now because I don't want them now. Wait till I make the post, then you can put your questions there, and that's how you're going to be eligible for our giveaways that we have. So, and again, SEAL 1's going to put up another kit. Mission First Tactical will have some cool stuff. I don't guess we're going to give away another silencer, are we, Joe?
No more participation prizes.
But that was awesome. Thank you for doing that, Joe. That was awesome.
No, you're welcome. Happy to. We can come up with something else. I love giving away cans. So
okay,
spread the silence around. So I'm sure there's something we can figure out.
We'll do something for the regular show. A giveaway for the regular show. Then we can do 308s and AKs and stuff like that, or ARs.
Long time ago, we did the AK sniper. Very, very long time ago.
What are you talking about? You did the AK sniper.
Did a heavy barrel 308 with tweaked head spacing. It shot really well.
That's perfect thing to discuss on the next, long range AKs.
Yeah, we might still have the prototype on it.
Because remember, I mentioned the company Teledyne out of Maine, right, with that Juju mix.
Yeah.
At the time,
do they call it? Is that a trademark term?
Juju mix?
No, not really. It's what they called it.
That should be trademarked. Juju mix of firearms can only be used by Teledyne products.
Well, so anyway, they took at the time. I think Arsenal was bringing those SLRs, whatever the Russian Sagas, converted into the AK-103s. They took one of those 103s, managed to turn down the barrel and put the sleeve over it with the Juju mix inside. And then we're shooting the quarter-size groups at the 100 meters with that thing all day long. And if I really look, I might find a picture of it somewhere. It was the weirdest looking AK.
What would you say is in the Juju mix?
I don't know. It's some kind of
is it like a liquid
really
metal?
Sticky foam type of deal.
That's what she said.
Is it like a anti-vibration or absorptive, or is it more thermal?
It's both. That's the thing. Because of its viscosity, so it would take the vibration out of the reverberation, I guess, I don't know, the vibration out of the barrels, as well as it would draw heat immediately. So there's no longer the cold bore shot or hot bore shot and stuff like that. So
is that a RPG he's got up on his wall up there?
Me?
Yeah, right up there. You got RPG.
Dude, I got all kinds of stuff up there. Let's see what we got. Let me see.
Like you got a law. You got a law up there too, don't you?
All right. That's a small D right here. That's a bazooka. Oop, wrong way. That's a bazooka. All right. Here's a question.
The one
your pointer on your mouse doesn't show up, Joe.
Isn't it RPG-2?
That is an RPG-2. Yep.
Your mouse pointer doesn't show.
Here, wait,
use your finger. He's trying to point with his mouse pointer. We can't see it.
Oh, so that's a small D, but it has a lava lamp in it.
Joe, we can't see your mouse pointer.
I'm not. It's right here. Look, right.
Use your finger pointer.
Right.
You got to do this. We can't
Right
see
there.
your mouse.
All right, there you go. Right there.
Here, let me confirm
And
stop
that's-
sharing.
That's the bazooka.
There it is.
And then there's a small D. Small.
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 Not
And
a
then
lot of
that, yes,
smalls.
that is an RPG, and the variant is an RPG too.
What's below the RPG?
Bazooka.
That's
Bazooka.
the bazooka. Nice.
Not a super bazooka, but a regular.
Now,
bazooka.
knowing you, these are operational.
Well, that's a real small D, but you see that gold band?
Yeah.
It's used, so it's turned into a training device.
Ah.
So it's a real one, but it's a small D. Small is a non-disposable, so it's reloadable. The small D is the disposable, which is what that is.
I got you.
And then the RPG, I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do the RPG 2 or the RPG 7, but I'm going to re-arsenal one of those.
Awesome. Cool. Maybe we should do a show on RPGs one episode.
RPGs are cool. I like RPGs.
We should talk
And
about
somebody, Airtronics. Airtronics is making like a NATO version of one. I guess
It
not
weighs a
NATO,
ton.
but a U.S. made.
It weighs so much more than the original. It's unbelievable. I mean, I feel sorry for somebody carrying that.
Marco.
freaking thing.
Is the RPG designed after the AK also?
Yeah, it follows the exact design
Yeah.
contours.
Self-gas regulating. Yeah, it's got
It's got the wood.
yeah, regulating gas. Yep.
It's got that wood and everything.
It's got the laminate wood.
All right, we're going down rabbit holes now, guys.
It's called the AK
Let's wrap this
of
up, and
grenade
we'll
launchers.
talk our shit after. So, a big thanks to everybody who participated in our giveaway. If you didn't win this time, keep listening because we're always doing giveaways on the show. You never know, but you got to listen, participate, and win. We've got a big 3-gun that we're going to be doing with Kel-Tec, Kraken cases, Tactical RX, Walker Pro ear. We've
There
got
you go.
Enforce lights. We got Vortex optics. We've got Defiant munitions, ammunition. One person's going to win all that and more.
Wow. How do I enter?
That's coming up. We're in the process of getting all the prizes in. We're doing a cool Cerakote on one of the guns, so we're waiting on that. Blown Deadline's doing that. And we're going to make announcements soon. We're hoping September is when that's going to start. So stay tuned, listen. We'll give you details, but we're going to have stuff in between there for giveaways too. So you just never know what's going to happen on this show. Like people like Joe will just all of a sudden say, hey, I'm going to give away a silencer. And then we got to figure out how we're going to give that away. So it's awesome. We love it. Marco, appreciate you taking time to be on. Your knowledge is always appreciated and needed. So thank you.
Well, I'm becoming an old man, and I also ramble
I
on.
do have a question. I'm sorry. I do have a question from
okay.
one of the
I thought I was
listeners.
Okay.
They're going to be mad if I don't ask you this.
I didn't study for it, so I'm going to, wing it.
It has to do with the last episode, I'm told. FPS Murdoch wants to know. He says, when you do the AK corner, can you ask Marco a question for me? Did the East Germans make their own bakelights for the AK-74, or were they imported from Russia?
I even have one, like, here somewhere. Of course they did.
Of course they did, he says.
They did as Germans. How you can tell is by lack of any kind of markings on it, other than the mold.
Okay. So
And back in the time of milk and honey, also known as the 90s, you can pick those up for about $7 a piece.
yeah, the good old days, right?
Yeah. They came in the 4 magazine pouch with that rain camo.
Right. Yep.
And some of us who were, at the time, I was a member of this thing called KCA, which is Kalashnikov Collectors Association. And at that time, we were just thumping our noses at that, like, well, I got the Ijevsk one right here, But in retrospect, I'm like, I should have bought them all. Like, every little extra money I had, I should have bought those magazines.
Hindsight, man.
And the
I'm telling you.
45 round, any of the 45 rounder Bakelite are insane too.
Never mind
I
those.
like Bakelite.
Is that
Try to find a 40 rounder for 7.62.
Oh yeah. I have
I'm
one.
sure our
It's
listeners can
based on
help out with
RPK.
that.
I think I just checked the price on it. It's $4.95 now, going price for one of those.
For a 40 round bake.
For 40 round bake.
400?
One.
For $500?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How many you got, Joe? Joe's sitting there adding up his.
One.
I got 5. So
Joe's like,
I
I
go
can take
with
a
my
trip to
RPK,
Belize.
Russian RPK. So
Yeah, mine's in my RPK too.
All right, so
Huh.
here's another email from a listener. Jason Edgar says, "Hey Lefty, would you know anyone that would be interested in trading parts kits for parts kit? At this point, I'm not really interested in outright selling kits, but might entertain trades. I have 2 Chinese Mac 90 kits with the sporterized rear stock that I would like to trade one of them for something different. I want to keep one for myself. Also have a Draco pistol kit that I might let go. All are already headspace with complete barrels. I have several individual parts as well, front trunnions, rear stock trunnions, bolts, all new. I think I have 10 each along with some triggers. Thought I would throw it out there to us fellow lead heads." So there you go. We've got a swap shop proposed by leadhead Jason Edgar. And if anybody's interested in that, let me know and I'll put y'all in touch. There you go. Any of y'all interested in trading with him?
I'm interested in the Draco kits. Are they actual Draco kits or are they
That's what he says. I also have a Draco pistol kit. So I'll forward you his info there. Y'all can wheel and
I would
deal.
hope that I would prefer if they were like the actual Romanian military version.
We'll just hold that bazooka up there to him and maybe
No bazooka.
Your damn son. Look at that. Show me the front of it. There you go.
Carrot,
Look at that
the carrot.
RPG.
something tells me it's not the original RP7.
The round, no, it's not.
Wolverines.
This is a Fram oil filter. And this is a funnel, like an old school funnel. I'm not sure what the tip is from, and then the base is I guess it's something somebody made somewhere.
Is this a Hollywood prop?
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty good setup, but that's definitely a Fram oil filter.
Yeah.
It popped off one time, and you can see the orange and the Fram under it. That one right there.
Yeah.
That's a 3D printed one.
Very cool.
There's a company called Inert Products or something like that.
Yeah.
They make resin stuff.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. So we're all set for next month. We've got our topic set. That's rare that we do that a whole month ahead. So thank you for that, Marco. Appreciate the suggestion.
Well, I mean, Joey had a good suggestion for the following one, maybe.
And what was that?
AK shotguns.
Well, we've done an episode on that. We had the guys from who was it? Those guys.
Origin?
Not
Klishnikov
Origin.
AK?
No, I had them on at NRA. I had the guys from Origin on AK, but the Dissident Arms. Thank you.
Oh. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guys, we're gonna wrap this up because we're talking other shit now. So
Yep.
All right.
I have a date. I got a hot date I got to get to.
appreciate everybody tuning in. We're gonna be back next month. Be looking for the questions post, and all you winners, get in touch with me. Joe, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Brother Marco, again, thank you. Look forward to next month. And you guys are going to be on because you're the ones who suggested it. So, Leadheads, until the next episode, get out there and find those great deals. If you find a great deal, let us know. Do some wheeling and dealing amongst yourselves. We just had an offer from one of our Leadheads there to do some trading. So, I want to hear stories. So, out.